Hi guys, Jimbo here, the driving test guy in New South Wales, helping you pass your New South Wales driving test first go, hopefully. Okay folks, today's video is another tip video, and it's about reversing and which way to steer the steering wheel. But before we get into that, I would like to thank everybody that supports this channel by watching it, pressing the like button, recommending it to other people, and those that have bought me virtual coffees on the Buy Me a Coffee website. Thank you so much guys for that support. Okay, now, when considering steering while reversing, you need to consider two things. The first thing is, am I thinking in terms of where I'm putting the back end of my car? I.e., am I backing over to the left or am I backing over to the right, and which way to turn the steering wheel? Or am I thinking in terms of where do I want to rotate my front end, to the left or the right? For example, I might be trying to straighten my car up. Okay, let's look at the first example. I'm thinking in terms of where I want to back my back end. Now, if I want to back my back end over to the left, I steer to the left. Now, if I want to put my back end over to the right, I will steer to the right. So what often will happen if you want to back your car over to the left, you'll steer to the left, you'll bring your car over to an angle, and then you'll bring your wheels back to center. So your car's now rotated, pointed that way, and you back over that way. Okay, so often you steer the way you want to go, get a bit of angle, and then back to center, and then you back over to where you want to go. Now, if we're thinking in terms of when reversing, where to put the front. For example, you might have backed over to the left, your car's rotated to the right, you now want to bring your car from the right back to straight. So you need to bring your front to the left. So if you need to bring your front to the left when reversing, you spin the opposite way the front's going. So you would spin to the right. Okay, now, if you want to bring your car from the left over to the right, you will turn the wheel the opposite way you're heading. So as we're rotating to the right, you will spin to the left. So let's summarize that before we look at some examples. If I'm thinking in terms of where I want to put the back, I spin the same way the back wants to go. So if I want to point the back over to the left, I'll spin left. If I'm thinking in terms of where I want to put the front, I'll spin the opposite way the front's going. So if I want to put the front to the left, I'll spin to the right. Okay, let's go and look at some examples. Okay, so we find ourselves in a typical car park situation and we are currently reversing straight. Now, we get to a point where we decide we want to reverse our back end over to the right. Now, if we want to back our back end to the right, we spin the steering wheel to the right. This now points our back end to the right. Once we've got the angle we want, we recenter. Now we continue straight. Now, there is going to be a point where we will want to straighten our car up. So at this point, we are thinking in terms of where we want to put the front. We want to put the front to the right, so we are straight. So we will spin the opposite, we will spin to the left. Once we've got ourselves straight, we bring our steering back to center. Okay, now in the next example, it's going to be the same, but the other way around. We're going to look at backing over to the left and then straightening. Okay, so we find ourselves in the car park and we're currently reversing straight. We get to this point and we decide that we want to point our back end to the left. Now, because we're thinking in terms of where the back end's going, we spin the steering wheel the same way, which will also be to the left. Now, you can see now that the car is rotating its back end toward the left. Once we get to the angle we want, we recenter. So we continue straight, heading to the left, but eventually we arrive at a point where we want to straighten up the car. This will involve rotating our front end to the left. Now, when we're thinking in terms of where to rotate the front, we turn the steering wheel the opposite way. So we want to put our front to the left, so we will spin our steering wheel to the right. Once we get the car straight, we recenter the steering wheel. Okay folks, that's it for today. Steering when reversing. Hopefully this video will help you with that. And I will be doing a video soon on how to reverse into a shopping center car park, and you'll need the skills that we've learnt today from this video to do that. Thank you to those people who support this channel, and if you would like to, also please press the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the like button. All these things help grow this channel. And if you've used my videos and have passed your driving test and you would like to thank me by buying me a coffee, you can do so with the link below. It is very, very appreciated. So if you do actually want driving lessons with me, happy to help you out as long as you live close to Narellan, Campbelltown, and are doing a test at the Gregory Hills MacArthur Service, New South Wales. I am quite busy with my manual driving school, but I do want to phase in a lot more automatic lessons for people who are watching me on YouTube. So please contact me on Facebook Messenger or email. All the links are below, and see if I'm able to help you out. Okay, folks, that's it today. And remember, always stay safe.